Marcos Vegas, Fight Up TV, being joined with Jose Benavidez Sr., son David Benavidez, returning to the ring come November in Riyadh. Jose, thank you for inviting us over to the gym. Appreciate it. It's always good to see you and David prepare for this fight against Anthony Yarde. Before we get to that, because it's a hot topic, I just want to get your reaction to Crawford beating Canelo. Did you expect that?
First of all, I want to thank you guys for taking the opportunity to be here. It's an honor, and actually, we feel really happy when we see you guys, especially you, always been with us. But the reaction, man, I'm going to be honest with you. I thought Canelo was going to stop Crawford. If I would have bet some money, it would have been on Canelo. But what a display Terence Crawford put. I would never expected that. I thought, yeah, he has a chance, if he just touches and makes points and goes to distance. But he stayed in there and traded with Canelo Alvarez. He hurt Canelo a couple of times, and he looked spectacular. Congratulations to Terence Crawford for that great performance. And, man, it was a great fight.
Buckle up, guys. Today we dive into a rare and honest conversation from Jose Benavidez Sr. as he reacts to the shocking outcome of Crawford versus Canelo. You can feel the surprise in his voice. This isn't just boxing analysis, it's genuine disbelief. Jose thought Canelo would stop Crawford, but instead, he witnessed what he calls a spectacular performance. This sets the tone for an intense,
I think if you're a Canelo fan, obviously you were expecting more from him. I'm going to ask you that, were you expecting more from Canelo?
I was expecting a lot more. I was expecting Canelo to knock out Crawford, to be honest with you, because it's a three-weight divisions. He did fight one time at a higher division, but and to me, it's three ways, He had to go up a lot in weight. And that's what I was expecting. But at the end of the day, I got to give respect to Canelo. He has done so much in boxing that it will be hard for somebody else to achieve and make.
All right, guys. What happens when a boxing legend's body can't keep up with his legacy? Jose Benavidez Sr. doesn't hold back here. He breaks down Canelo's physical decline and how years of grinding in the gym finally catch up. The way he explains it, the real fight isn't in the ring, it's in training. This is a powerful reflection on the silent cost of greatness that fans often overlook.
He trained hard, and he said that he tried, but the body did not respond. And I've been saying that, the body is worn out. Canelo is young, but in boxing life, he's worn out.
Because he's just been fighting for so long, since he was 16.
For so long, since he was 15. And a lot of people don't know, but in the gym is where you leave all your energy and work so hard. One fight, it's a victory, and you go to shine. But in the gym is when you leave everything.
We spoke to David about the fight, what he felt, and if there was, in a way, did he feel happy that Canelo lost, given that he wasn't able to get a fight?
Let's talk power shifts, because this next segment hits like a punch. Jose compares Crawford beating Canelo to a scene from Rocky, saying it freed the belts and opened the door for hungry fighters like David. No more politics, no more belt hostages. You can sense the passion when he talks about opportunities returning to real warriors. This is where boxing politics meets poetic justice.
Did you have any of those same feelings too?
Yeah, you know what, I'm going to be honest with you. It's like when you see that you send soldiers to another country and they're hostage. I feel that the organizations in the belt have been hostage for a very long time. Now, it's nice to see. To me, it was more like a Rocky movie, and you see that those belts are free. Now a lot of people are going to have more opportunities, because I think that Terence Crawford does not have the power that Canelo had, and to do whatever like Canelo was doing, Crawford, I don't think he has that. So I think little by little they're going to take those belts away, or he has to defend them, and the task is going to be a little bit harder.
Yeah, because David mentioned that he felt that should have been him. It should have been his moment when that fight happened in Vegas, and that he would have had the same result. He would have beaten him.
Yeah, for sure, and that's the reason that Canelo was asking for $200 million, because he knew that it was a big risk. And at the end of the day, he lost to a smaller guy.
When you see a tweet that says, hey...
Now the focus sharpens. Jose addresses whether David can still make 168 and turns the spotlight to Anthony Yarde. He doesn't sugarcoat it. This is one of David's toughest tests yet. Yarde's power, cardio, and forward pressure make him a real threat. You'll see the intensity in Jose's words. There's zero complacency here. This is about grit, danger, and being ready for war.
Can you make 168, David, from Turkey? Can he still make 168? You seeing him now training at second fight at 175?
Yeah, I think he's super young still. I think definitely, I don't think, it would be a little bit hard, but I think he could definitely do 168. We didn't move to 175 because of the weight. We moved because of the opportunities. And he only fought 2 fights at 175. After Anthony Yard, he'll be in shape. And, he has to work and watch his food and nutrition a little bit more. But, I think he could do 168, but I could be wrong, But at the end of the day, we're here, we're focused on November 22nd. It's a tough fight, one of the toughest fights in his career. And Anthony Yard hit Cola with one good punch, and he stumbled him, and we're not underestimating nobody, so we're focused on that fight, but anything can happen. To be honest, after Anthony Yard, then we can sit back and talk. Hopefully there's no cuts, no injuries, and everything should be okay.
Yeah, because I think he was, referring to maybe if David could go and fight Crawford. That's crazy.
To be honest, that would be even an embarrassment to me to say, David's too big for Crawford. And I always said that. Plus, you've seen Bo Mack also. They're not interested in.
Boxing's gone wild, and Jose sees it clearly. From Tank versus Jake Paul to David's future. This part covers the chaos and clarity in the sport. While circus fights dominate headlines, Jose is laser-focused. Yard now, then Beterbiev, Bivol, Zerto, and even Opataya. It's a brutally honest roadmap, and he's not afraid to say it. The real ones are still chasing legacy, not likes.
David, let's focus on what we have, and, I've been seeing a lot of weird things happening in boxing these days. We got Tank fighting Jake Paul. We got Terence Crawford fighting Canelo. We're focused on the fight that's coming November 22nd. And like I said, hopefully no cuts, no injuries, and we'll see who's next.
Yeah, so the 22nd, it's David against Yard. It's Devin against Norman. You got Bam Rodriguez against Puma Martinez. So it's a super stacked card. But for you guys, you mentioned Yard's a tough guy. He comes forward, throws a lot of big punches. And the one thing with Yard is he got a lot of heart and a lot of freaking cardio, and he hits really freaking hard. How does he stack against the other guys that David's fought, in your opinion?
Like I said, I think this is the hardest fight for David's career. He's been in that weight. We see that he has a lot of power, and it's a tough fight. So the undercard also, they're all tough fights, and we're super happy and honored to be the main event. But any fighter on that card could have been the main event. You see Bam, you see Haney, and everybody. It's wow, it's a great card, man. It's unbelievable, and we're honored and happy to be part of that card in Riyadh, in Saudi. So we're Riyadh season, so. We want to thank Al Heyman for making that possible. We're still with Al Heyman, and we want to thank also Turki Al-Sheikh for giving us the opportunity to display our talent there also.
Yeah, so how did the fight happen? Because I remember we, as the media, ran into Samson, and Samson said, hey, we're not going to go to Saudi. We're going to stay here in the U.S. So how did everything shake out for you guys to go over there?
Well, everything's been a process. They've been trying to fight David on those cards, and sometimes, the promoters don't get along or don't come to an agreement. So I'm very happy that happened, and hopefully this could be the first and more. And I think we're in a situation that, David's an exciting fighter, and I think they're really pushing to put him in cars like that. So I'm happy that everything's working out. I think the only fighters that Turki Al-Sheikh was missing is David Benavidez and Tank.
Yeah. Tank's fighting Jake Paul in crazy fight. Do you like that fight?
To be honest with you, man, it's an entertaining fight. To be honest, Jake Paul has a lot of followings, a lot of guys that are going to come and watch, and that gives the opportunity for other fighters to be seen on those cards, you know. So a lot of people don't agree, but at the end of the day, for me, it's entertainment. And if we can take boxing to the next level and give other fighters opportunities to be displayed and for other people, YouTubers and all that, to be seen, and hopefully all the YouTubers and people that are just there, not just for boxing, can continue watching boxing.
Do you expect Jake to win because he's so much bigger, or do you think Tank, just being Tank, you know, is going to have his way? Like, it's weird, right? 50 pounds?
It's super weird, man. You know, super tall. I don't know what's going to happen, man. Like, at the end of the day, you know, it's going to be entertaining. I want to see what happens there, and we might have a surprise.
All right, guys, here's where it all comes together. Jose lays out David's future like a general planning war. 5 elite names, 0 shortcuts. He's confident, fearless, and crystal clear. David isn't here to protect a record. He's here to fight everyone. No cherry picking, no dodging. Just real boxing. If you're tired of fake hype, this is the statement you've been waiting for. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.
I mean, either way, it's going to be a surprise. If Tank can knock out Jake Paul, or Jake Paul can knock out Tank, it's going to be like weird and exciting and surprised. You know, everybody's going to be surprised on whatever happens.
Yeah, it's just a weird time right now in boxing. That's for sure. So 175, you have Bivol and Beterbiev that we don't know when the third fight's going to happen. I know that there's an agreement there in place. I know you guys wanted to have a crack at the winner after the second fight. David now holds the WBC belt. Have you guys been told at all that the plan is whoever wins between David and Yard is going to go into a fight with either Bivol or Beterbiev?
Well, the plan is we sat down with Turki Al-Sheikh, and we had to do kind of like a plan. And like I said, you know, we're not underestimating nobody. What we're focusing on right now is Anthony Yard, but there was talks about fighting Anthony Yard, fighting the next one will be Beterbiev, the second one will be Bivol, and the third one Zurdo Ramirez, and the other one will be Apitaya. So that was those are the talks that we had. So those are really, really super tough fights. So we gotta focus on beating the first guy, and then we could go to the next one. But those tests are very, very hard, and we're gonna stay focused and look impressive on November 22nd.
Wait, so damn, those are the next 5. That's like the next 2 years worth of fights, like already planned out for David. That's a lot of hard fights.
Yeah, that's the plan, like I said, but we got to go out there and execute and look spectacular in order to make that happen. So it's a lot of work for David there. So I'm pretty confident that he's going to beat everybody. I think he's better than all of those guys. But at the end of the day, we got to stay focused. We got to continue working hard. He's only 28 years old, and he's looking better than ever. And he's connecting with God, with the universe, the frequencies, the vibrations, and he's meditating a lot, and he's visualizing a lot, and that's what I see on him right now. So, man, he gives me the confidence of Superman right now.
So 205, do you think that's like the weight where that's it, like that's the limit, or you still want to maybe see if he could potentially make a higher weight than that? Yeah,
like I said, right now, we're focused on that and see what comes next. At the end of the day, everything changes every day. So David's a warrior, and he wants to give the people the fights that they want to see, the exciting fights and fighters that are very dangerous. So we're here. Let's take care of business on November 22nd, and after that, whatever the people want to see.
Man, all those fights you mentioned. Okay, after Yard, Bivol, Beterbiev, Zurdo, and Opataya. Like that's the top of 2 divisions right there. So that'd be awesome if we get to go ahead and see all those fights. That's like a dream, honestly. Like, geez, that's crazy. That's a crazy like schedule.
So yeah, I just throw it up there so all the fans know. You know, David Benavidez, Mexican monster, is not scared of nobody, and he's not afraid to lose his undefeated record. And we're here to give you guys the good fights, and we're not cherry picking nobody. Those fights are super tough, but we're here to make that happen and take those challenges.
Go fight Usyk. Might as well, right?
Little by little. I mean, that's a plan later on, you know.
Jose, good seeing you as always. Appreciate the time. Jose Benavidez Sr., Marcos Villegas here in Miami for Fight Up TV.